All right, Spanks here. Today we're going to be breaking down Cody Bellinger and the hot start that he's had in 2023. Is he back? The burning question on everybody's mind. So let's look into it a little bit. Let's start in just his elite performance in the past. So 2019, you look at this season. This was his MVP year. He batted 319, expected slug of 635. Insane numbers. He was crushing the ball, high hard hit rate, low K rate, high walk rate. He was a really productive hitter. And then it kind of started to fall apart for Cody Bellinger. The story, a lot of people kind of blame his shoulder injury. But even after that shoulder injury in the playoffs that year, he came back and he was hitting well. So I don't know if that's necessarily what his downfall was. I think a bigger reason might have been his leg injury that he suffered. I don't remember the exact time and place of it, but he got stepped on the foot when the pitcher was covering first base and he was running up the line a couple of years back and really injured that ankle. And ever since then, he just hasn't quite been the same until now. And when I say the same, he's not back to what he was, but he's an above average player all of a sudden when he really hasn't been the last couple of years. So the Cubs signed him to a 1-year deal. It was kind of a prove-it deal in the offseason, and he'll have the option to be a free agent at the end of the season. I believe he's got a mutual option with the team at the end of the year. So that'll kind of be up to him. Look back at 2019, all red everywhere. That's what we love to see. Look at 21, a lot of blue. 22, a lot of blue. 23, still some blue, but a little bit more red. So what do these numbers mean? What are we looking at when we see this? Let's just go down here first. Look at how much his K rate went up in these struggling years. I typically don't like to talk about 2020. That was the COVID year. It was a bit of an aberration. It was a 60-game season. There's not really a lot we can take from that, but we can look at 21 and 22. We can see a super high K rate and his walk rate way down from what it used to be. His batting average just wasn't hitting the ball nearly as well. His exit velocity, honestly, kind of similar to what it was before, but his barrel rate was down. So he wasn't lifting the ball with much velocity. You can see his launch angle was up, but that wasn't hard hit launch. That was more soft contact pop-ups that we were seeing back in those seasons. And his leg that he injured was his left leg. It was his back leg. So he wasn't able to quite get that power and that torque from there. And it was kind of crumpling a little bit under him. It was really causing him to get less lift on the ball. But as we look ahead this year, it looks like he's getting healthy again, which we love to see. His batting average, once again, still not up where it was. His actual average 297, but it's expected 254. So what he's doing so far is a little bit kind of not agreeing with the StatCast numbers. He's slugging 604, expected 473. But what I really like to see is this K rate. It's down nearly 10% from where it was. Well, over 10% from where it was a year ago. That's a really big improvement. It seems like maybe leaving the Dodgers, leaving the West Coast has really allowed him to clear his head and just to focus on baseball again. The other thing I want to point out is the pace. Let me find it here. When we look right here, we're looking at tempo. The base is empty. This is because of the pitch clock, of course. He's moving at a really good tempo, 15.2, and this is basically time from when the pitcher starts his delivery to the next time. It's a lot faster than it's been in the past, and I think that this rule change in the MLB has really helped Bellinger. It's allowed him just to clear his mind, just focus on hitting, not to think about it too much, really just kind of get back to the basics. And that could or that couldn't be a thing, but I know what is for sure a thing is these shift statistics. He was getting shifted 91% of the time when he was at the plate in 2021 and 90% of the time last year. Also 91 in this year. Teams were really shifting him, and this really took a hit on his numbers here as you look at his expected WOBA when he was in the shift. Obviously, with no shift now, he's able to get a few more hits that maybe wouldn't have been hits a year ago, and I think that's really good. The other thing that we want to look at is this chase rate. This all goes into kind of the reset for him. These 3 seasons here, he was chasing a really high rate, and that's back down to 26. So we'd still like to see that get a little bit lower, but it's certainly improved. The The final thing we're going to look at, his ground ball rate's down. He's launching the ball a little bit of a better angle, but this is kind of where I want to make sure we're not jumping to the gun too quickly on these numbers. Look at this number right here. He's popping the ball up a lot, and his fly ball and his line drive numbers aren't actually that much greater than they were last year. And when he was at his best, he was a line drive hitter. He was crushing the ball hard on the line, hard on the ground, and not focused so much on flying the ball. And he was hitting a lot of line drive home runs, if you remember back in that 2019 season. So I'd like to see this 15.3% come down a little bit. And sometimes even getting this ground ball number up a little bit sometimes is okay. He's a fast runner, and hitting the ball hard on the ground is how he found success in the first place. Hard on the ground, hard on a line. He's always been a pull hitter. He's doing that even more now, which is helping without the shift. Never been an oppo guy, and I don't think he needs to focus on that. I think, honestly, Bellinger, I don't think will ever return to what he was. That was a truly elite season back in 2019. If we kind of look at the standard numbers here, he's 47 home runs. I don't see him ever doing that again. 305 average. I don't even know if he'll ever finish the season above 300 again. But I do believe he can be an above average player in the MLB. And I think that Cubs fans have to be really encouraged from what they've seen from him so far. We're going to check out the rest of the season, see if that continues on. You look at the hit spray chart here. A lot to the pulse side. Look back at 2022. A lot of the same as well. He's always been a pull hitter. But a lot of those hits are kind of falling in this area here that they wouldn't have been last year. So, I'm really happy for Bellinger. He's a guy I'm rooting for. I want him to get back to that above average play. Maybe he could be an all-star again one day. But so far in the season, you got to be really encouraged from what you're seeing from him. So stay tuned as we do a few more videos as the week goes on. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks.